you're having a good Tuesday so far. I certainly am. I'm sitting on the floor and wrapped up in a blanket, and I'm listening to the rain fall on my skylights, which is lovely. Now, I ended up going to the greengrocers yesterday for some fruit and veg, and have ended up with quite a lot. So I thought that today we could do some fun facts about some fruits and vegetables. First up is this one. Have you seen this one before? You might have it at home. Okay, so this is the avocado. It might look like a vegetable with its skin and its green flesh inside, but it is actually a fruit. Do you know where it came from? Which country? It did come from Mexico. Native people in Mexico gathered these about 10,000 years ago, over 10,000 years ago in fact, and began growing them around 5,000 years ago, so extremely old. Spanish explorers then were the first people from Europe to eat avocados, and they took them back as well. Avocados are becoming more and more popular. In 2014, so about 6 years ago, people bought over 4.25 billion avocados in just the United States of America by itself. So you can imagine how much that must be all around the world. You use these to make guacamole, and some people put them in smoothies as well, or add them to salads and sandwiches, or even spread them on toast, which is one of my favorite things to do with them. Avocados have more potassium than a banana. Potassium is a nutrient that you need in your body to stay healthy, and they're also one of the few fruits that contain protein. So protein you've learned about with Miss Collier, you might remember. Protein is found in meats mostly, but the avocado has actually got protein in it as well, which is odd. And avocados can be a good replacement for butter and for oil as well if you're baking and you want to make your food vegan. Right, that was the avocado then. Next up, this one might not look familiar to you. It's not a banana as such. It's a plantain, and it's ginormous. Look, it's even bigger than Mrs. Hayes' head. It is a plantain. Plantains look like bananas, and they are hard, kind of starchy bananas. They're in the banana family, and they're used for cooking instead of eating raw. Plantains have got most of their eaters and most of their buyers in tropical parts of the world. So very hot places, and they are treated in the same way really as potatoes. I personally really like it when you slice up a plantain and then you cook it in oil and they become like banana chips. They're really, really good. They become a bit like, you can put salt on them, they become very savoury, they're really, really good. So ripe plantains can actually be eaten raw, but most people, I think, cook them. Green plantains are firm and starchy, and they kind of resemble potatoes in flavour. And then you can get yellow plantains as well, which are still firm and starchy, but slightly sweeter in taste. Alrighty, shall I tell you the next one? Oh, by the way, before I move on, the leaves of the plantain plant can actually be used to stimulate your appetite, so to make you hungry, because when hot food is put on a plantain plant's leaf, it the smell of it makes people hungry. It makes their mouth water. So it's used a lot in other countries. In India, for example, in South India, they serve their food on plantain leaves. So let's move on. This one is one of my favourites. It's a sweet potato, and a very purple one as well. So the sweet potato, you may have had these before. I think we've had them at school as well. It's a very important food source. It is very nutritious. It's got lots of nutrients, lots of good stuff in there, and it's high in vitamin A. So vitamin A is clearly what Mrs. Hay needs, because it does help you to see a bit better. The sweet potato grows in mostly warm and moist, so a bit wet climates, and it is not actually related to the potato. Sweet potato plant is a climbing vine, and it's got funnel-shaped flowers. So think about a funnel in science. Starts off wide and then goes thinner. And the flowers are pink or violet coloured as well. So the root of the sweet potato is actually the part that you eat. So this is the root of the plant. Each plant produces about 4 to 10 of these roots, and they're usually kind of oval with pointed ends. The skin of a sweet potato, now this one is very purple, but it can range from tan coloured to brown to purplish red, and the inside can be white, orange, or again even purple. So people eat sweet potatoes boiled or baked or fried, and they can be used as a side dish as well, or as the filling for pies. Yum. The leaves of the sweet potato can also be eaten. I've never done that, but they can be. And both the root and the vines are used as food for animals as well. All right then, last one. Let's see what else I bought yesterday. Lemons. Okay, so the lemon actually comes from Asia, Northeast India, North Burma, and China as well. So they are not native to the UK. They don't grow here. Lemons are believed to be a mix between a sour orange and a citron, so two different fruits mixed together. And the lemon is an evergreen tree. Now, we haven't done much about evergreen and deciduous trees yet, so don't worry if you don't know what it means. But an evergreen tree is one that never loses its leaves. It stays green all year round, which is why it's called evergreen. It blooms and it produces a white flower, and it gives us fruit all year round, which is nice. Each tree can produce between 225 kilograms and 270 kilograms of lemons every year. That's a lot. Remember that a kilogram is often a bag of sugar, so that's a lot of sugar bags. Christopher Columbus took lemon seeds with him to the Americas when he made his voyage, and he introduced the fruit there. Lemons have a sour taste, so not very good to eat by themselves. There may be some lemon fans out there, but not very good by themselves usually. And even the leaves of a lemon tree can be used to make tea, and in the preparation of cooking meats and seafoods as well. I've never done that, but that sounds pretty interesting. And lemons are high in vitamin C as well. Vitamin C helps you to recover better. It helps your wounds, your cuts and things to heal up faster. All right, well, I better get eating, or you're going to have many more fruits and vegetables videos coming your way. I hope you have a lovely Tuesday. I am looking forward to seeing you today at 9 o'clock. And have a fabulous day. See you soon. Bye.